We got a lot of stuff to talk about in the
All right,
offseason as
let's
well.
let's just jump into something right now. The Islanders fired their GM Garth Snow and their coach Doug Waite. I guess they couldn't wait to fire him.
Get out.
Snow had to go.
Hey, you know what? And the fans have been calling for this to happen. Now they finally got their wish. The only thing that makes me wonder is with this move now, and I don't want to get too out of my head of myself. I don't even want to actually go there yet. But we will anyways. John Tavares. Does this renew the debate whether he comes back to the Islanders next year?
I don't know because what stability? What kind of stability does this leave him with the Islanders? Realistically, you fired your GM, and then you fire your coach, who's only been there for one season, by the way. I know he was a Garth Snow hire, but at the same time, you give him 1 year and that's it, one and done. Like, what does that show Tavares? Like, why would you stay for a whole new Pretty much, they're shifting the entire organization, which means they have to hire a new GM, which is Lou Lamoriello right now, that they have announced as the GM for the Islanders. But still, you're thinking about it as like, where does this leave me in this equation? Like, I'm speaking as a Tavares. Like, why would you stay? Like, what would be the reason? Why would you stay if you were Tavares?
I mean, there isn't really a reason I would stay. I think that if I'm John Tavares, I have my mind made up. Like, I have been with this organization for so long. They made the second round, one time? Yeah. And that was a playoff series win over the Florida Panthers. I'm looking for more. And I'm looking to go to an organization that not only can I have success, but I can help the team have success.
Yeah, that's all. That's the only thing he wants. And John Tavares, like, speaking, like, I used to watch him a lot in his junior days, and obviously when he played in the NHL. But like, the biggest thing about like John Tavares, that he's a competitor. He hates losing, and he's done so much losing over his time with the Islanders as a whole. And I think the expectation that he thought the team was going in when he became captain after Mark Streit was traded, the expectation for him was that they were gonna start giving him the team. They were gonna give him the team that he deserved, and that for the first couple years of his career, that they said they're gonna build a team around him. And he's 28, gonna be 28 now, and it's been 10 years since he was drafted. So 10 years later, where are they at from when he was drafted first overall to now? Not much of a difference.
No, there's not. And I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to trash on a team.
You can.
But I think probably the one good move the Islanders made in the whole tenure of John Tavares was acquiring Nick Leddy.
Yeah. I mean, Nick Leddy was a good player, but I don't
he's a good defenseman. But when you look at the goaltenders they've had, DiPietro, Halak, those are not guys who are going to be able to get it done for you. Like, you need.
Well, they never put a team around him. They didn't give him any defensemen. Their best defenseman for years was Mark Streit.
Yeah,
and he's a top. He wasn't in his prime. He was a top 4 at best, and they were playing him number 2 minutes. When they made the playoffs that year, it was a surprise. And then when they beat the Panthers, going to the second round, they got destroyed in the second round versus, I think it was I forget who it was, but I know they got destroyed. But
I think it might have been Tampa.
Yes, it was that year. It was 2015.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would not stay. I don't think, even if you had Lou Lamoriello coming in as your GM and as much godliness as Lou Lamoriello can do, it's gonna take 3-4 years, in my opinion, for that team to move up, because they have the 11th and 12th draft pick this year, which that gives them a kind of a head start with this whole fresh new kind of look on the team. But at the same time, this is one of those drafts that's not terribly deep. And after the 10th spot, literally the spot right before they pick, it's a complete random like picks there. Now obviously, you could argue with me and say, hey, well, draft picks are draft picks, but at the same time,
hey, draft picks are draft picks.
Yeah, draft picks are draft picks. Hey, if you're gonna get 11th and 12th, hey, there's a draft pick. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. If you were gonna do this, you should have waited till after the draft, in my opinion, because now you're 2 weeks out, and now nobody has job security right now. All the scouts that have been with this team for a while are probably going to get fired. I would not stay. If I was John the Bears, there was way too much uncertainty to be on this team, just purely for the fact that Lou Lamoriello is going to come in, and they need to make more changes than just fire Garth Snow and fire Doug Weight for some reason.
Yeah, in the Garth Snow, that was not a surprise. The Doug Weight firing was, and like you mentioned, he's been with the team for 1 year. For 1 year.
Like I understand that it's a Garth Snow hire, but at the same time, what I'm thinking is that Lou Lamoriello is one of those old-fashioned coaches one of those old-fashioned GMs that hires the older, experienced guy. And while Doug Weight did play in the NHL for a while, it was his first year being a head coach in the NHL, and it sucks that that's going to be on his resume. He played 1 year, had a horrible record, and got fired, which sucks, which I don't think is his fault at all. I think the team did not produce to their expectations defensively and goalie-wise, goaltending. But you look at what else? It's just a dumb hire. I know the coaches that are out there on the free agents. You have Alain Vigneault, and then you have a couple other. I mean, Glenn Glutzen, can't think of his name, but from Calgary. He just got hired by the Edmonton Oilers, and then you never know. Barry Trotz may be a free agent.
I was just about to mention that. You have a guy. Well, I mean, Barry Trotz is most likely. If I'm Barry Trotz, I'm taking the money that Washington is gonna give me in the offseason. Because, I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to go too far here.
Do it.
They haven't won the Stanley Cup yet, but presuming that they do, Barry Trotz stands to make a lot of money.
Yeah, he's been one of the most consistent coaches for the last 20 years.
And now he finally has a team around.
Well, yeah, and then that would be, but the thing is you're going to tell me the only reason why you would even think that say I'm Barry Trotz. Well, the only reason I would even go to Islanders today, you give me a yacht full of money, like a Titanic full of money, or like I just can't see him going there. There's not a winner there. Why would you go from Washington, I think he's kind of near the end of his career. I think he's like 60 something, maybe not, maybe a couple more years left. I don't know. Yeah. He's been around a while. Maybe you go there, and then at the end, maybe he just retires too, because he was saying that he might retire in the next couple of years. So if he wins the cup, he might just retire.
That's a really good question to ask. But unfortunately, we are going to have to leave it there. So we're running a little bit over. But when we come back, we got some more stuff to talk about headline-wise. Talk about Rocky Wirtz, talking about making some changes. I know, Nico, you're going to freak out next segment.
Freak out.
That's all right. You're listening to The Penalty Box, ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting at the Illinois Media School's downtown Chicago campus. Call us at 312-884-8000 or visit 530 South State Street to learn how you can make your dreams of being on television and radio a reality. Don't take my word for it. Check out what some industry professionals said about the Illinois Media School.
Tom Waddle, ESPN 1000.
Don't waste another minute in a career you don't love. You can be the next great announcer, DJ, producer, or TV reporter. You'll learn key skills from industry pros while working with professional equipment on air and behind the scenes. Still need to keep the 9-to-5 job? Their flexible class schedules can work around any schedule. Short on cash? They have very affordable tuition and financial aid for those who qualify. You'll have access to amazing internships and job placement assistance when you graduate at top radio and TV stations like ESPN. Learn more at beonair.com/Chicago Sports. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
The Rising Feminist Wrestling Show is here covering WWE, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Money in the Bank, and NXT. It is all about the honesty when it comes to promos, wrestling, and of course, Roman Reigns. I mean the wrestlers. Yeah, the wrestlers. The Rising Feminist Wrestling Show is more than just highlights. It is about the fresh opinions about everything in wrestling. So come join me, Stephanie, aka the Feminist Sports of Wrestling, every Thursday from 2 to 4 on Chicagoland Sports Radio. It is not just sports, it's a way of life.
The most
action-packed 2 hours on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com, the Fight League Report. On July 7th in Vegas, UFC 226, the future of the featherweight division will be decided when Max Holloway looks for his second title defense against undefeated Brian Ortega in the co-main event. Will Holloway continue his run as champion, or will Ortega take the division in a new direction? It's striker versus grappler in one of the most intriguing fights of the year. Listen live Tuesday at 12 p.m. only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
The Stanley Cup is finally here. Can the Vegas Golden Knights win a Stanley Cup in their inaugural season, or will Alex Ovechkin win his first ever Stanley Cup? Tune into the K-Trey Show every Monday night from 7 to 9 only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com as myself and my new partner, Ra the Reflex, break down this historic matchup and also get you ready for the NBA Finals. That's the K-Trey Show every Monday night from 7 to 9 only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Hey, Chicagoland, it's crunch time. You know what that means. Make sure to tune in with me, Charles Pride Ritchie, Sid the Kid, and Corey Barber. Will the Vegas Golden Knights pull off the unthinkable, win the Stanley Cup in their first year? Also, NBA Finals, we get ready to count down a little closer. Who will it be? And also Cup Stocks. So make sure to tune in On Deck every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
It's showtime, folks!
Next time on the Penalty Box. The NHL season is coming to a close. But the Stanley Cup final is set.
No! God, please, no!
Will Vegas flip the script and win?
I like how Giants is now.
Or is Washington taking down Sin City?
Classic.
Take a seat in the Penalty Box with Hot Take Nikos and the Goon. Tuesdays from 2 to 4 on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
I am Raphael Young, and there are two kinds of finals that are here now. The NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup Finals. Who will be champions? Anything can happen. But also, I will talk about the Cubs and the White Sox and how they're doing so far in their young season. Tune in every Monday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. It's not just sports, it's for life.
Tune into Students of the Games, where Dr. Joseph Gregory and Dr. Christopher Rouse understand that no matter the age, a volume shooter will always get their shots. Imagine being a 15-year-old getting 60 shots for the game, boy.
Hey, you should get all getting 60 shots.
You don't even get 60 shots. You ain't never gonna be coachable. Never. Students of the Game, Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
I got started at IMS here as an instructor a couple years back after I had heard a couple of people I worked with were also instructors here. I'm always here if you need help with developing what you're passionate about. And that's what most people come here for. They have a passion. They want to do something. They want to do radio play-by-play. They want to do sports talk. They want to do updates, whatever it may be. My name is Freddie Hubner. I work at ESPN 1000 as a host and sports anchor, and I am IMS.
First thing. Oh my goodness. Back here on the Penalty Box, I am the Goon. He is Hot Take Nikos. For those of you who may be listening to our show for the first time, thank you. But
That's all one of them.
Yeah. Just thank you. We appreciate the support. You can donate to our Kickstarter fund. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you can't.
Get the Penalty Box to the NHL draft.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. All right. I am, but whatever. All right. So for those of you who don't know this, Rocky Wirtz, the owner of the Blackhawks, came out and said yesterday that basically and I'm paraphrasing here, if the Blackhawks aren't in a spot that he wants to see them in, that changes will be coming. Now, Nico, you had something to say before the show about this, that he's been saying this for the past 3 years since they've won the Cup. This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
You really never. He said that when last year, 2015, when they won the Cup. That year was the year they traded Sharp, and he said change will be coming.
The change did come because they traded Sharp. Yes.
I'm not saying that
changes
didn't happen.
Okay.
He's been saying it the last 3 years.
All right.
Changes have happened every year. I'm saying that every year he's been saying that since they won the Cup. But you see why that's a problem.
Because you keep saying, well,
Because you keep saying changes are coming.
I
every
understand.
single year.
Do you think, though, that maybe he's talking more along the lines of now behind the bench changes rather than player personnel changes?
Why would you fire Coach Quinville, one of the best coaches of all time? What are you gonna hire? Well, anything that you hire will be lower than the standard. Just let this guy play out his contract. How many years left? He has like 3 more years left on it.
Something like that. I'll look that up.
If he has 2 more years left on his contract, just let him play it out. Let him retire as a black. He's gonna retire after this contract, no doubt about my mind. Because the guy's like what, like 70 now? He has to be around that age, and I'm just saying that. I don't know why you would go. I think they're gonna if Quinville wants to walk away, then he can walk away. You don't fire Joel Quinville.
And you know me, I've been defending Quinville the entire season. When people are like, "Hey, it's not good." He's all right. So basically, through the 1920 season.
So yeah, 2 more years.
Okay, so yeah, he's got 2 more years. I like Coach Quinville. I think more so what he's getting at is a possible, and I mean, as we just watched the Islanders do this, I don't think that Bowman is on the hot seat. I know there are a lot of people in the Blackhawks fan base who would want him gone. I'm not one of those people.
What are you gonna do? So you move out. Why would you move him out? Though?
So you can hire Gar Snow?
No, but why would you fire Bowman? Let's just say hypothetically you get rid of Bowman. What does that do for your franchise? I think what sucks is that Bowman did things to keep his core together to win these Stanley Cups, and obviously the cap hasn't risen in a while, and obviously that has issues with everything. And you have players who aren't performing to their needs, but at the same time, this is my biggest thing with the Blackhawks. This is the Jonathan Taves contract. Patrick Kane is worth all the money in the world. If he could have got $12 million, he would have got $12 million. He would have been the highest paid player in the NHL. He is Showtime money. Jonathan Taves, no. Yeah, he's a second line center being paid 10.5. He's the one who's ruining your franchise right now. You lose that $10 million contract, how many more players could you have kept off those teams?
I think if Taves doesn't give that 10.5, I think Dustin Pufflin's still a Blackhawk.
Well, no. I mean, obviously that's after.
After. All right.
I'm saying like after 2015 when they signed that contract, when their contracts were $5.5 million, and they went up $5 million each to 10.5 for a whole. Right. It's just Taves is such a even if he was worth $10 million, I would still move him out for assets that you could bring in and have 3 players versus having 1.
And a lot of talk has been made about that on Twitter, which I don't know. To an extent, I'm gonna somewhat entertain the idea because I'm not totally against the Blackhawks trading Taves. Do I think he was a big part of the Blackhawks winning 3 Stanley Cups? Absolutely.
No one's saying that.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying Taves is a bad player or anything. I'm wondering if he's had a couple concussions in the past couple years.
Well, he hasn't had any since 2013.
What do you mean?
He hasn't had a concussion since anything that has been documented. He hasn't had any since 2013. Continue what you're saying.
But I'm wondering if and I don't necessarily like the excuse of they've played a lot of hockey over the past 10 years. I don't really like that excuse. However, I think the jury's still out on how Taves and Kane are both going to be next year. Like you said, Kane is Showtime money. Won the Hart Trophy a couple years ago, although I think he was just mad at the world after what transpired that summer. But if I'm Bowman and I'm looking to deal Taves, what team would you even consider trading him to? I guess would be my question.
Well, I guess we're going. Since we're talking about social media stuff, I did post on that. Well, the biggest thing we're talking about this is from someone posted on our Facebook. We're both in a Facebook group for the Blackhawks, and somebody posted in there about what would they trade for Taves, something about whatever. And then I posted in there one for the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets have cap. They need a strong first line center. The Blackhawks would retain salary, no doubt in my mind.
Oh, absolutely.
They would retain at least $2 million, maybe even 3, 2.5. Leave Leave Taves with 8.5.
And that's a steal.
You trade. No, he's not. That's
No.
not a steal.
That is a steal. If you only have to retain $3 million,
Oh, yeah.
that's all I meant by
I mean,
that.
that's half. Well, most anyway. So you trade him to Columbus, and I was because they've been trade partners in the past, obviously with Panarin trade, and prior to that they traded Wisniewski over there, and they've had a couple trades over the years with Columbus. You trade him over there, and I was thinking of Dubois. I forget his first name.
Isn't it Pierre?
Yeah, Pierre-Luc Dubois. There you go. You trade for him, and then possibly get, if you were going to trade a bad contract for a bad contract, but still get a player back, you trade for him. What's that guy's name? Not Broussard, but the other guy who came from Dubinsky. Trade for Dubinsky. So you get a $5 million contract back, but you get a player. I know you don't want Dubinsky, but
No.
but the thing is, you would need to get a bad contract back. And realistic, this is the only way I could see that even happen. You retain salary on Taves, but you take a bad contract from Columbus, who has about 2 years left. You get a young center in Pierre-Luc. It's just a lot of. That's the only thing, because nobody can't afford Taves.
No.
Nobody can. Not even the Hawks can.
Not
afford
even
it.
Edmonton can afford him.
No, I mean, no, they can't. They literally can't. Nobody can. I'm trying to think, where else would he go? He would, if they were going to make him happy, send him to Winnipeg, but they had no cap because they need to resign a lot of their young players.
And he has the no movement clause, so it's not like you could just openly trade him to Arizona.
Yeah, well, no doubt. But there's just so many, like, I couldn't even think of anything else. Maybe Colorado. Like, he loved Joe Sakic growing. Like, I'm just thinking of, like, things that he would allow his trade to go through. But either way, you get rid of Taves, you're probably not getting a lot back though.
No. And that's, and that's the sad part is that Taves has fallen off so much in the past couple years that trade value decreases. And people forget the fact that he had a 70-point season back in 2010, 2011.
Trade Kane. Trade Kane.
Trade Kane. Kane for Miller? Now, real quickly here, while we're on the subject of trading people, I've seen a lot of things in the news about possibly trading a Marian Hossa contract for, and I didn't understand this. Somebody was trying to say, they should trade Hossa to Arizona for Dave Bolland. Dave Bolland's in the same situation that Marian Hossa is.
No,
you're trading contract for contract.
You trade contract for contract, but the difference between the two contracts is that Dave Bolland's was signed prior to him being 35. So Dave Bolland's contract would only cost them, I believe, only like $1 million, comparatively speaking, while Hossa's was over 35 and he's retired in a way.
Yeah.
His actually costs against the cap, which is 3.5.
Oh, okay. See, I was unaware of that.
That's why people want to trade those two contracts for that, mainly because you would be saving money. And the whole thing with Bolland too is that he had what his injury is. His injury was something that with his back, but with rehabilitation, he was actually skating on the ice the last couple of months.
Wow.
So the potential of him actually coming back and playing.
And it's a Stan Bowman way to do things. Bring guys back for a second go round. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. You're going to pay another guy 5.5.
Yeah. No, thank you. All right. Well, that's where we're going to leave it there. Stay tuned. After the sports update, it's going to be time for Twitter fails. I'll tell you about that and much more here on the Penalty Box of Chicagoland SportsRadio.com.
Chicagoland Sports Radio Sports Update.
At 2:30, I'm the Goon with your Chicagoland SportsRadio.com update brought to you by the Illinois Media School. For more information on careers in broadcasting, go to BeOnAir.com. The Cubs welcome the Philadelphia Phillies into town. Former Cubs pitcher and Cy Young winner Jake Arrieta makes his first return since leaving the ball club. Kyle Hendricks will be on the mound against Zach Eflin. First pitch comes at 7:05. The White Sox also had Monday off as they traveled to Minnesota to take on the Twins. Ronaldo Lopez is on the mound against Zach Little. First pitch comes at 3:10. The Washington Capitals defeated the Vegas Golden Knights in Game 4 6-2 to take a 3-1 series lead in the Stanley Cup Final. TJ Oshie opened the scoring on the power play. The series shifts back to Vegas, where the Caps have a shot to win Lord Stanley. Game 5 is Thursday night. And when you think about hockey off seasons, you think of golf, right? Well, NHL referee Garrett Rank is qualified for the PGA Tour's U.S. Open. And while this sounds like a plot from the movie Happy Gilmore, Rank was quoted saying, "I was next to the best in the world on ice. Next week, I get a chance to play with the best golfers in the world." You better watch out for Shooter McGavin, though. This update is also brought to you by Chicago Dogs Baseball. The next home game broadcast will be June 4th when they take on the Sioux Falls Canaries at 7:05 p.m. For tickets, visit thechicagodogs.com. I'm the Goon, and you're listening to Chicagoland Sports Radio. It's not just sports, it's a way of life. Welcome back to the penalty box, where it is time now for Twitter fails. All right, so last night I'm on Twitter, and I see NBC or NHL on NBC Sports posted an article about Gerard Gallant complaining about that there should have been a penalty on the 5th goal of last night's game when Oshie reverse checked Colin Miller. And so I, being me, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. And this guy who was trying to argue with me about it goes, you must be a Capitals fan. Because sorry, I didn't realize you were muted. You must be a Caps fan. There's nothing that's clean about the Caps. And I was like, well, actually I'm a Blackhawks fan myself. But I think the funny thing is that somebody would call me a Capitals fan. I am far from it, my friend, but it doesn't take that much to just go ahead and look at somebody's so-called Twitter profile. Have you ever been called a fan of another team just by tweeting about it?
No, I don't tweet about anything besides the Leafs. Leafs only, Toronto. That's just it. It's naturally Toronto.
So your Twitter timeline is sad, just sad.
It is.
Do you?
No, I'm joking. No, I've actually never been called another. The only thing I've been legitimately speaking though, I literally do only really talk about.
Hey, that's fine.
On my Twitter, I only talk about that, and if I'm defending something and someone says something, I just won't answer to them. I'm like, no, you're an idiot. I'm not gonna respond. If you're saying that I'm a fan of something because I'm defending a play versus another player, I'm not gonna do that.
And that wasn't even the only thing that was bad about this.
But
so
you are catching that.
I actually put that in my Twitter bio.
I don't doubt it. You've been on
alleged Caps fan.
You've been on them the whole playoff.
Well, it's because I like Ovechkin. The other thing was, and it was Blackhawks Warrior or something like that. In the so-called Let's Trade Tays talk, he basically put out there they should trade Tays for Austin Matthews straight up.
That was just dumb. I liked that one.
Did you?
I liked it. I put a like and I said yes. I said true. Do it.
Hey, I mean, if you want Taser, go ahead. I mean,
I think
bring that winning mentality to Toronto.
Yes.
You might get past the first round.
Oh, that's what. Sorry, not to completely go
I'm
back
sorry.
to what we were saying earlier about the contract for the Blackhawks. But man, get rid of Saad.
Yeah, there you go.
Move Saad. $6 million. No.
That's awful.
No way.
Sorry. A couple more years. Hopefully he bounces back. Hey, there's a Washington fan. How you doing? That's kind of ironic.
That is pretty funny.
All right. Well, that's where we're going to leave it there. When we come back, we're going to end the Stanley Cup final talk. I think it's been too long.
Oh, yeah.
Just a bunch of excitement out of the mouth of Nikos.
Can't wait to talk about Vegas.
All right, we'll come back and talk about that in a minute here on the Penalty Box, ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting at the Illinois Media School's downtown Chicago campus. Call us at 312-884-8000 or visit 530 South State Street to learn how you can make your dreams of being on television and radio a reality. Don't take my word for it. Check out what some industry professionals said about the Illinois Media School.
Jonathan Hood, ESPN 1000.
People often ask me, Hoodie, how can I be a sports radio guy like you? I tell them it takes drive and determination, and you need to learn how it all works. You can learn to be a sports talk show host, a producer, do play-by-play, and shoot and edit video. You'll have a chance to get internships at stations where you can tap into the knowledge of industry pros. With job placement assistance, you can start your new career in 1 year. It's a great school to get the hands-on training you need for a broadcasting career, doing what you love. They have affordable tuition and financial aid for those who qualify. So don't waste another minute. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
Next time on the Penalty Box. The NHL season is coming to a close. But the Stanley Cup final is set.
No! God, please, no!
Will Vegas flip the script and win?
I like how Giants is now.
Or is Washington taking down Sin City?
Classic.
Take a seat in the Penalty Box with Hot Take Nikos and the Goon. Tuesdays from 2 to 4 on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
I am Raphael Young, and there are two kinds of finals that are here now. We have the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup Finals. Who will be champions? Anything can happen. But also, I will talk about the Cubs and the White Sox and how they're doing so far in their young season. Tune in every Monday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. It's not just sports, it's for life.
Hey, Chicagoland, it's crunch time. You know what that means. Make sure to tune in with me, Charles Prodigy Ritchie, Sid the Kid, and Corey Barber. Will the Vegas Golden Knights pull off the unthinkable, win the Stanley Cup in their first year? Also, NBA Finals, we get ready to count down a little closer. Who will it be? And also, Cub Sox. So make sure to tune in On Deck every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
It's showtime, folks!
Nothing moves the blob. You always hear, okay, it's the best coach since Poppins. You don't hear Steve Kerr in that conversation. Obviously, don't hear Mike D'Antoni in that conversation. We hear Tyronn Lue in that conversation. Somehow, some way, it just sounds what makes a pillow fight.
Dave Meltzer would grade that match. He'd be like 4.5 stars. I don't know how, but it blew me.
The Bob Rock Show with Cedric Farrell and Elijah Richardson, Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Here on Down in Front, we love to talk the NBA, but we also like to talk some other topics as well.
Let me say, that show made me want to, I don't even think I had a computer at the time, but I wanted to go on AmandaBynes.com so bad. Every time I seen that on the show.
Amanda, please.
Amanda, please, yes.
Down in Front every Wednesday from 2 to 4 p.m.
Bring in the dancing lobster.
I've been in the radio and broadcasting business a long time, more than 3 decades, and I thought, if I spread my knowledge and shared what I know about the business with a lot of young minds, maybe I could get some of those people involved. And my dad talked to schools, and I thought I could do that too, and I could do it all in one place at Illinois Media School. I've been having a great time. I tell everybody I'm learning as much from the students as they learn from me. I am Eddie Volkman, and I am IMS.
No, this is Foreigner. This is not Tom Petty. God bless America. So, before we get into our Vegas talk, you were talking about how for your League Gaming Championships, you just got drafted by a team.
Oh, yeah, they might be listening.
Oh.
I play LG League Gaming. It's a NHL 18 league where you join. There's teams. It's just really. Anyway.
I didn't realize people still played that trash game. No, I'm just kidding. I do too. I'm guilty.
It is a trash game. No, I got drafted to Spokane Chiefs, one of the highest paid players in the league.
Let us be clear. This is not real money, folks.
$3 million man, right here.
This is a contract that he signed. You don't get paid for this.
Get your autographs here, folks. I am the $3 million man.
Oh, Nikos, can I get your autograph?
You should.
What is your name in NHL?
Dr. Helljumper.
Okay.
Oh, in NHL, like the actual player name?
Yeah.
The Heartbreaker.
Okay.
So that's a little story. I got that name. So I played in leagues before, and I was in the AHL championship run in the playoffs, and we went to 5 game 7s because it was your 3 regular playoffs in the championship I was in the QJ, whatever, MHL, whatever it is. And then you go against the WHL, and then you go against that champion. And then if you want to keep going, you can go against the AHL and then the NHL champion and see who's the top in the whole league. So we made it to every game 7. I was the one who scored the goal in the game 7.
That's awesome.
And my celebration has always been the heartbreaker.
Yeah.
So every time I scored the goal, I'd always do the heartbreaker celebration, and everyone started being like, "Oh man, you're just a heartbreaker out there, killing everybody's hopes to win." And turns out, so last season we're in the playoffs again, and I was in the AHL in that for the Texas Stars, and our team wasn't going to make the playoffs, but we it was like the last game of the season, and we were going to keep a team from entering the playoffs. They were like our rivals, so if we beat them, they don't go in the playoffs, but if they beat us, they skip over another team and get a higher seed to go against a weaker team. Anyway, it would have been a win for them. So we play the game, and every game you go into, if you stay overtime or you go over the regulation, doesn't go to shootouts, it goes to overtime.
Just continuous?
Yeah, continuous
Very
overtime.
nice.
And we went into 7 overtimes. We played one game for 2.5 hours. And I came in, so the goal I ended up scoring the overtime goal and anti-comeback now. But I go in from the neutral zone. I deke past one guy, go past another, and I go past like the whole team. And I do the backhand toe drag deke, and it goes right over the goaltender's shoulder for the goal. And it was like we won. It was like we won the whole thing. We're like, yeah. And then we realized we were going to the playoffs anyway. But if we ended up making them not make the playoffs. So yeah. Anyway,
that's kind of funny because like I have played NHL for a while. And there was, I think it was NHL 17, not to like completely dwell in the past, but it was a night that I was supposed to go on vacation, whatever. And, we're playing. All of a sudden we look and it's the 4th overtime. It's the EASHL playoffs, club playoffs.
Yeah.
And I scored. And it was one of those like weird, like you did, like kind of like toe drag. And like drug it back to my forehand and just beat the goalie short side, dude. I threw my controller and I was going nuts.
Yeah, those are the best moments. I used to play with my club. I have a club. We're top 100. Search and Destroy. I mean, Deacon and Troy. That's our our name. On there we play club a lot for sixes. And last week, there's teams in esports and NHL that are like they played for money, and one of our team is in that for esports. I'm not part of the squad, but we have a squad of like 15 people in our team, and we switch out. I don't play in there because that's just way too much time dedicated to that game.
Yeah, right.
But we went against one of the top ranked teams in the whole world. Who we'll give you a shout out. Team Canada. No, really, that's the name.
Yeah, I figured.
So we go against them, and we wreck them like 8-0, right? And we get a message back. We get a message from them. They're like, we weren't even trying, rematch. So we go against them again. We wreck them again, and they're like, all right, one more time, and we'll put in our real squad. They put in these people who get paid like a lot of money to play this game, and we still beat them like 3-2 in overtime. And I was in that game. And I sent them a message like, yo, I'm not even on the squad, and then beat y'all. Like, man, no, but those games are fun. If you like playing in competitive leagues and you like doing
I do.
Like if you like doing that sort of thing, it's pretty fun. Like I said, I've just drafted into another team in the CHL for LG. For League Gaming. So there's a shout out to them.
There you go.
But yeah, no, it's fun. If you like playing NHL and you want to do something that'll It's like Sunday through Thursday, but you can pick any day you want to play and they play you. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, I enjoy playing, and hey, I mean, if you like doing that, that's pretty true.
If you like playing hockey, go play.
Go play some hockey.
If you like watching hockey, the Stanley Cup Finals are currently airing on NBC.
Hey, that's a good transition.
Thank you. I kind of thought that was smooth. Real smooth. Dude, that's going in the promo. That is going in the promo.
Hey, so yes, the Washington Capitals take a 3-1 series lead over the Vegas Golden Knights, who seem to have forgotten how to play hockey and seem to have resorted to being like PK Subban and whip their head back and forth, as the great Jaden Smith has said.
That is just so out of That's just so off the
Oh.
dashers.
Well, it is. You see them whipping their head the whole time last game? Last game was nuts with that. I mean, I know they're trying to get a penalty, and even the officials aren't giving them penalties. It's like, oh my gosh, man, I understand. You want a penalty, but we all know what you're doing.
Like Ryan Reeves, when he's like, when Doc was like, oh, Ryan Reeves just caught a stick into the face, and then then you watch the replay, and he's like hugging his stick and like made it like hit him in his face. I'm just like, dude, come on.
I you know what? So Washington wins the game 6-2 yesterday, and they put in Tatar. Vegas put in Tatar in the lineup. He was so invisible. I think next game, if you're gonna win this next game, I think you pull out Tatar. And if Carrier is ready to go, because he was the NHL's leading hitting leaders going into. He plays a great two-way game. He's picked up from Buffalo. You put in him. I think he makes a difference. If he's back from his injury, he's good to go. Great role player. Great player that can really insert some energy. You take out the Tatar, you put in one of them other Vegas Golden Knight that could fit in there. I just think that I don't know what can you do. What do you do from here if you're Vegas? Like they've never been in this situation ever. This whole season they haven't lost more than 2 games this whole season. This is their first time with their backs legitimately against the wall. Their season is on the line for the Stanley Cup. I really don't want this season to end for them like this.
I do.
Like I don't because I like the Vegas Golden Knights, and like I think like I said, I was telling you before, I'm just so done with talking about them just because they've been around. That doesn't mean I don't like them. I just really want this season to end. But at the same time, it's like I don't want it to end like this because think of it this way: Vegas makes the Stanley Cup final, they lose, and then they don't make the playoffs for a long time.
I guess that's why they call them the Blues.
Man, there's Dave. No, I mean
one Stanley Cup win. Here's the thing, and here's what I think Vegas has to do in Game 5. Number one, you got to play defensive minded. Okay, you can't just let the Capitals waltz into your zone with no pressure. All right, as we've seen, Marc-Andre Fleury cannot do it all by himself. You know what I mean? So, and I look back at last night. What was it? I'm trying to think. Was it? I think it was the Connolly goal. The game was already out of reach. Whatever. But here's Connolly standing by the net. Here comes the pass. Boom! It's in the net.
Yeah, there was this is the whole thing with Washington. So we're with Vegas. So Vegas has played this the structured game the entire postseason. From beating LA, not even giving them the puck, from making sure they avoid all the huge hits with San Jose, not avoiding huge hits, but of keeping up with San Jose's speed, and then just avoiding the huge hits in the Winnipeg series. Now this one, they seem to have lost that structured play that's kept their shots. So okay, let me just break it down. So I'm not explaining it well.
No, go ahead.
So what Vegas does is they keep a lot of teams on the outside, on the perimeter, from just getting those pot shots from the sides and making teams really have to do these creative plays. But what the Washington Capitals are doing is not only breaking into the zone with speed, but doing the cycles so well that they're making Vegas rethink their structure, which leaves those giant shots open in the middle of the ice, which is what I think Fleury has benefited really a lot from the lack of high quality shots from each of the teams prior faced against him. So when you go in there, you're seeing a lot more high quality shots from Washington from the inside of the actual slot itself. So when you're passing, say you're doing a cycle from behind the net, you have one guy already going around the net, the guy who has the puck following him around. But by the time that happens, you have the third guy who came in from the left point who's sliding in, and the speed of which the Washington players are playing at, they're making the Vegas players move their heads around and not being able to keep up with the play. Hence, I think it was TJ Oshie's goal last night where they just passed it right across crease and was in the net.
Yeah, it was a rebound, and you see Oshie kicked
wide open.
He kicked the puck initially, and I was like, "Oh, just get a stick on it, get a stick on it." There you go. Now, boom, it's in the net. I gotta say, looking at both teams lineup wise, I didn't think necessarily at the start of the playoffs that Washington had got balanced scoring throughout their lineup. But in the Stanley Cup final, was that ringing more true as games go by?
Well, yeah. I mean, not only are they getting scoring from Smith Pelly, they're getting scoring from Stevenson. You're getting amazing, in my opinion, a very underrated playoff from Lars Eller. Kuznetsov has 30 points, the most points since 1981. He's 30 points in the playoffs.
That's not bad.
It's nothing to scoff at.
No.
He has a lot of points. Ovechkin's not too far off with 27. I mean, you're getting brilliant goaltending from Holtby. Talk about that save that he had a couple games ago. And then even with James Neal, too. That's like, what are you doing? Yeah. So, I mean, there's lots of things going right for the Washington Capitals. And also the Vegas Golden Knights can't seem to find a break. How they hit 3 posts last night. Even the fact that when they're shooting four.
Yeah, they hit 4.
4. Sorry. There's one more.
You're okay. You're right.
No, I'm not saying like I'm saying. Wow, there was more. Like I was just going off the top of my head. There's more. It just emphasizes that the luck is just isn't there. But there's a but. There's still another game. It's not done yet.
No, it's not done yet.
The series is still on. And personally, I think now if let's just say hypothetically, if Vegas gets a bounce here and there, they're right back in the series.
And they're down 3-2, and then Washington goes back to Washington and takes Game 6, and they win it on home ice, and everybody's happy.
Or they lose the next 2 games and go back to Vegas.
And Vegas still loses. Everybody's happy.
If Vegas pulls out 3 wins in a row,
I'm going to be mad, and I'm going to
lose my stuff.
And not only that, but let's not all forget here. I'm 1 win away from a pizza here.
You are.
And I am going to eat that pizza. You know what sucks is we can't eat pizza in here, but
we will.
No,
there will be pizza eaten in here. They're listening.
Yeah, they are listening. So we'll just have to live stream something to YouTube before the show. And you can ask me how great that pizza is because I'm sorry, this series is over.
I think so. I don't see any reason why the Capitals can't close this series out. I mean, they're going back to Vegas.
The McFlurry machine is broken.
I don't think he's. It's not Fleury, man. It's not Fleury.
Dude, I'm just trolling.
It's not Fleury's fault. Like people everywhere are saying that Fleury. This is the Fleury that we all knew. This is why. Oh. There was a Pittsburgh Penguins fan that made me so mad. And I never engage in these fights on Twitter, like ever.
You should.
But this guy, he was like, "This is the reason why we got rid of Fleury because he sucks." Someone said
does Marc-Andre Fleury suck?
No.
We'll ask.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No, no, he doesn't. That brings up my point from earlier. The structure of the Vegas Golden Knights had been broken, and Washington Capitals are making the Vegas Golden Knights play the game. Same thing too. Washington Capitals are also playing a 1-3-1, by the way.
Yeah,
which is the same effect that Vegas has done against every other team in these playoffs, but now they're not setting up as well in the neutral zone, which leads to Washington playing their game the entire time. Hence the 3-1 series lead for Washington.
Yeah. No, definitely. What are we going to talk about next hour?
We have lots to talk about.
All right. Well, what are we talking about next segment?
We're going to be talking about more about the NHL, obviously. We'll talk about some things.
Is James Neal J.R. Smith? Find out next here on the Penalty Box, ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
How's it going? My name is Edgar Ibarra, and I'm very grateful for all the knowledge I received at the Illinois Media School. My 15-year career in radio has been a dream come true. I'm a radio DJ, I'm on the air, and I get to be a program director for 2 radio stations in Wisconsin. My dream became a reality with the Illinois Media School. Illinois Media School is a great school with great teachers and former students now working in the industry today on the radio stations you listen to and on the TV stations you watch every day. Illinois Media School, check it out. For more details, beonair.com.
I couldn't have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School: financial aid for those who qualify, real-world hands-on experience, internships, and so much more. Don't just take my word for it. Set up a tour at one of the 2 Chicagoland locations. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to learn more. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
What's up, Chicagoland? It's your boy CB, and I'm here to make sure you all don't miss out on our show, The Playbook, every Tuesday, 4 p.m., 6 p.m. live on Facebook at ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. Tune in with Flo, Six Guy Nico, C+, and myself as we give you the real on the NBA, NFL, and more. The Playbook is by far the livest sports show on air, and you can tell them I said that. But this is The Playbook on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Hey, Chicagoland, it's crunch time. You know what that means. Make sure to tune in with me, Charles Prodigy Ritchie, Sid the Kid, and Corey Barber. Will the Vegas Golden Knights pull off the unthinkable, win the Stanley Cup in their first year? Also, NBA Finals, we get ready to count down a little closer. Who will it be? And also Cup Stocks. So make sure to tune in On Deck every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
It's showtime, folks!
Tune into Students of the Game, where Dr. Joseph Gregory and Dr. Christopher Rouse understand that no matter the age, a volume shooter will always get their shots.
Imagine being a 15-year-old get 60 shots for the game, boy.
Hey, you should get all
60 shots.
Tony don't even get 60 shots.
You ain't never gonna be coachable.
Never. Students of the Game, Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
The Stanley Cup is finally here. Can the Vegas Golden Knights win a Stanley Cup in their inaugural season, or will Alex Ovechkin win his first ever Stanley Cup? Tune into the K-Trey Show every Monday night from 7 to 9, only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com, as myself and my new partner, Ra the Reflex, break down this historic matchup and also get you ready for the NBA Finals. That's the K-Trey Show every Monday night from 7 to 9, only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
So you want to be in broadcasting, but you don't know where to start? Illinois Media School is a great beginning. If you want to work in front of the camera or mic or behind the scenes, IMS will help you prepare for a career in broadcasting in just 8 months. And financial aid is available for those who qualify. So what are you waiting for? Call the Illinois Media School at 312-884-8000, 312-884-8000, or visit the website at beonair.com.
Next time on the Penalty Box, the NHL season is coming to a close. But the Stanley Cup final is set.
No! God, please, no!
Will Vegas flip the script and win?
I like how Travis is now.
Or is Washington taking down Sin City?
Classic.
Take a seat in the Penalty Box with Hot Take Nikos and the Goon. Tuesdays from 2 to 4 on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
That's right. The Rising Feminist Wrestling Show covers WWE, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and so much more. It is all about the honesty when it comes to promos, wrestling, and of course, the wrestlers aren't even safe. The Rising Feminist Wrestling Show is more than just the highlights. It is the fresh opinions about everything in wrestling. So come join me, Stephanie, the feminist voice of wrestling, every Thursday from 2 to 4 on Chicagoland Sports Radio. It is not just sports, it's a way of life. The weather is finally warming up, but we at Second City Sports will keep our cool as we talk Cubs, White Sox, and MLB. Who will advance to NBA Finals? Who will be your new Stanley Cup champion? And a whole lot more. We'll also have some great guests to talk about it.
He is Sam Padyanovich, formerly of WGN Radio, now with VSiN Live. Jay Pfeiffer.
Come and join the fun with me, Lakita McGee, and Jason Pfeiffer for Second City Sports. Thursdays noon to 2, only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Hey, it's Chris Reese, and I am so glad to be back at IMS. I graduated back in 2007, started my career at US 99.5, started working with Lisa and Ray. I was the producer there for about 7-8 years, and I am so glad to be back in the building teaching some new students here, getting them back doing Adobe, getting over that fear of talking on the radio. And it's Chris Reese, night guy on 101.9 The Mix, and I am IMS.
You're listening to ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. It's not just sports, it's a way of life.
Chicagoland Sports Radio Sports Update.
At 3:01 p.m., I'm Hot Take Nikos with your ChicagolandSportsRadio.com update. Brought to you by the Illinois Media School. For more information on careers in broadcasting, go to beonair.com. In the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, the Washington Capitals took a 3-1 series lead with the score of 6-2 last night. The Washington Capitals are looking for their first Stanley Cup since coming into the league 43 years ago. In baseball, the Cubs are taking on the Phillies tonight after sweeping the last series versus the Mets. First pitch is tonight at 7:05. The White Sox took 2 of 3 in their series versus the Brewers over the weekend. Yes, pity clap. And they are currently running on a 2-game winning streak going into the series versus the Twins in Minnesota starting today. In the NBA Finals, the Golden State Warriors took a 2-0 series lead versus LeBron and the Cavaliers. The series shifts to Cleveland as LeBron and the crew try to dig themselves out of this 2-0 deficit. Game 3 will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. This update is also brought to you by Chicago Dogs Baseball. The next home game broadcast will be June 4th when they take on the Sioux Falls Canaries at 7:05 p.m. For tickets, visit thechicagodogs.com. I'm Nikos, and you're listening to Chicago Sports Radio. It's not just sports, it's a way of life.
Look at you getting so much better with these sports updates. And that wasn't a pity clap, by the way. That was not a pity clap.
You weren't pity clapping for the Sox?
I don't like Milwaukee, so I was not pity clapping.
I thought you were pity clapping because I said the Sox are a 2-game winning streak.
No.
You're like, oh yeah, good for them.
That's what you give them the.
Yeah, that's why I was like a pity clap for the Sox.
I was clapping.
Oh well, yeah, I guess that was a good accomplishment.
I mean, hey,
this is their second highest winning streak of the season.
They helped the Cubs out, so thank you.
There it is. Okay.
All right.
Now that
Here we
are,
go.
All right, this is another social. We're always on social media.
Absolutely.
All right, we're talking. Okay, we were saying we saw this post on Facebook the other day about who would win in the Stanley Cup final. I think the narrative on this should be like, could the Washington Capitals beat one of those Blackhawks teams? So the Blackhawks won the cup in 2010, 2013, and 2015. Originally, the post was who would win in the Stanley Cup final if the Vegas Golden Knights went against the Blackhawks in the year
Which would never happen, but for
hypothetically.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if
in layman's terms, let's see.
So 2010, who would win? So we'll go through both the teams. So 2010, who would win? Vegas or Blackhawks?
The Blackhawks.
Why?
Because they were just unstoppable. They had so much going for them in those Stanley Cup playoffs. I mean, you had Dustin Byfuglien, Thomas Kopecky, Brian Campbell was at the top of his game. You had Antti Niemi, who was a brick wall. And not to mention, you had Taves and Kane, obviously. And they were just so resilient back then. And I don't think any team was going to beat them in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, no. They had, Cam Barker was on that team?
Yeah.
Cam Barker had, Bickle, did Bickle play?
Yes, Bickle actually was on the team. The only reason why he got his name on the cup, actually, and this is an interesting story here, Jonathan Toews took captain off of the Stanley Cup so that Brian Bickle could have his name.
Really?
On the Stanley Cup. Yes, that is a true story.
That's cool. All right. Well, Dave Bolin, obviously. Dave Bolin played. Nick Boynton. Troy Brouwer.
Yeah, Troy Brouwer, if you can believe it.
Byfuglien. Jake Dowell. Jake Dowell. Ben Eager. I remember Ben Eager. Remember Ben Eager?
Oh, absolutely. I remember Ben Eager.
That was awesome. And he went
number 55, yeah.
He went to the Oilers. I remember him on the Oilers. Got Hossa Cristobal Huey.
Yeah, it was the backup goalie, if you can believe that.
Oh, man. That guy was so bad. Kim Johansson. Kim Johnson? Okay. Well, there's that guy.
Who?
I don't know. Apparently, he actually was he was on the Capitals for a while.
Gotcha.
And he was the Capitals' leading playoff scorer up until Carlson broke it just the other night. Duncan Keith, Thomas Kopecky, Sharp. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think. So that season, we had Patrick Kane had 88 points for first overall to go through the top 5, and then Duncan Keith had 69 points as a defenseman. Taves had 68. Sharp had 66. And then fifth was Marin Hossa with 51 points. Was he injured that year a lot?
When he got traded, or no, he didn't.
He signed.
He signed with the Hawks.
Injured.
He had a knee injury that he was recovering from.
Right. Okay.
And then he came in and started playing, I think, in late December.
So you would take Chicago over Vegas?
Absolutely.
How many games?
6.
6 games?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd take him in 6.
All right. So we got Vegas has 1. Or not Vegas. Chicago has 1. So now 2013. Who would you get?
I'd still take Chicago.
Okay, why?
You look at that fast start that the Blackhawks got in 2013.
That was the lockout short season.
Yes, it was. I still liked the way they played during the regular season. Obviously, with that shortened season, you had Ray Emery and Corey Crawford sort of sharing the net in a way. But you still had guys who were playing very well. And you had Nick Leddy, on defense. Hence why I said the Islanders acquiring Nick Leddy was the best move they ever could have made.
Yeah. Bickle, Bolin, Bolek.
Yeah, Brandon Bollig, yeah.
Brandon Bolek. That guy.
Victor Stahlberg.
It's the Carbon, Nick Carcillo, Hans Zeus.
Yeah,
oh my
Michael
gosh.
Hanzus. I love that guy.
I remember the season after that, after they won that cup and they played, I was at a Hawks game and I was like, man, he even looks slow getting on and off the bench. Like he's struggling.
And then he scored a game-winning goal in overtime in the playoffs.
They got him for like a 4th round pick at the deadline, the trade deadline.
Was that not San Jose, was it?
It was San Jose. They traded him from San Jose.
Because Michael Hanzus actually did 2 stints with the Blackhawks. One was back then in like 2006. He ended up tearing his ACL.
Did he?
Yes. Which is weird. I know. Even for that. But
Carter Hutton was on the Blackhawks?
Yeah, he was in the minor leagues.
Okay. Then you had Kruger. Well, where was the guy? Who was that one guy? I think you guys had I forget his name. But no,
was it Andrew Shaw?
No.
And
Ben
Brandon
Smith.
Ben
Smith was there. Stanton. Michael Rosabal. Peary was there. Jimmy Hayes.
Who was it?
Brandon Peary.
Oh, Brandon Peary. Okay, I was like, who the hell is that guy?
So leading scorer is that. Oh man, if there was a full season, Patrick Kane would have had another 80-point season. He had 47 games played, 55 points. Jonathan Taves had 47 games played, 48 points. So he definitely would have been another one of those top players again. Saad had 27 points. All right, so who do you give it? Who do you give Vegas? You give Vegas versus the 2013 Blackhawks.
Yeah, I'm taking the Blackhawks.
See, I think that.
But I think it's closer than we think.
It would have been. I think it would have been a 6-game series, 6-7. Just purely on the fact that I think the Blackhawks they didn't lose at all in that season. But the thing was, like when they went against Boston played a higher. I think they were a lot quicker than a lot of the teams that they faced prior to that. I think that really exposed a lot of their defense. Like anything under Oduya was starting to slip a little bit, but that was it was just Hjalmarsson. It was still Hjalmarsson.
It was Hjalmarsson.
Yeah, so I think that was the year that it was kind of like, oh, they might not win it, but they might.
Yeah.
They were the best team the entire season, and look, they won. So I give them that one. All right, so 2000, we get to the 2015.
This one is actually a little bit trickier. As much as I'd love to say the Blackhawks would win against Vegas, the 15 Blackhawks would say, give me a second, I'll get it out here. As much as I would love to say that the 2015 Blackhawks would beat the Vegas Golden Knights, I don't know that I can.
They wouldn't. There was no way.
They had Keith and Seabrook and Hjalmarsson on defense.
And
then
God forbid they played Kimmo Timonen.
Exactly.
That was scary. That was actually scary. Every time he went on the ice, he was like, oh my gosh, don't hurt Grandpa. Please, he just had cancer. He just survived.
Oh, he had blood clots.
Oh, did he? I thought he had cancer.
Yeah, he had blood clots.
Oh, well, either way.
He had the Pascal Dupuis
I don't
thing.
know how that guy played.
I don't either. I mean,
that was nuts. I don't think he should have played at all.
Hockey tough right there.
He was not. That was hockey stupid right there.
Oh, okay.
He was. I don't know. They didn't even play him at all. They played him 5 minutes a game. He was just really bad too. He couldn't make a play worth his life.
Now, the thing about this so-called hypothetical series, what makes it close is Crawford was
Yeah, he was amazing.
except in the first round. Let's be honest.
Didn't he get replaced by Darling?
That was Nashville.
Okay.
And then Crawford comes back, plays lights out hockey. I think Vegas takes them down in 7.
I think
it's an
Vegas-
overtime goal in 7.
I think Vegas takes them down to 5. Why? Because by then they were tired. That defense was tired going into that Tampa series. And I even said that during that Tampa series, the only reason that the Tampa Bay Lightning did not win is because Tyler Johnson broke his wrist. If Tyler Johnson didn't break his wrist and was able to play those second
Was
line,
that on the goalpost? When he fell into the goalpost? Okay.
And ever since then, he couldn't do anything with the puck because he was pretty much irrelevant out there playing a lot of minutes. And not to mention, like, Stamkos played his first line, which is good, but then they had no other second line. And their depth was there, but not to the production that they were used to with Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, and the Blackhawks had Antoine Vermette, Teuvo Teravainen, Andrew Desjardins. I mean,
there was a lot of players. They had a lot of depth step up for them in those playoffs too. It's not even to mention. I mean, Vermette was an awesome pickup for them in the deadline. What's his name? Even Carcillo scored. Now that was 2013.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's his name scored? Desjardins was good too as a fourth line.
Andrew Desjardins scoring in the.
Andrew Shaw was playing good too as well. Yeah, there's a lot of good players in that Hawks team. I do think that that was the year that dipped a lot too. So I give Vegas that one in like 5. I think 5.
Well, you're wrong.
Okay.
All right. Hypothetically, if the Vegas Golden Knights and the Toronto Maple Leafs would have made it this year, who you got? Who you got?
Vegas.
Still got Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. Okay. Vegas wouldn't beat them. There was no way that this. Even I think the 2015 Blackhawks would have definitely if it was them versus the Maple Leafs, they still had a better decor than the Maple Leafs now.
That's what you get when you play Jake Gardner. Hi-yo.
I don't know what happened with me. I still like Jake, but that decor is really weak. That's why we're waiting on Liljegren to come in and save the day.
Weaker than your abs?
Than the Habs?
Than your abs.
The Habs?
Your abs.
The Habs?
Okay, I see what you did there.
Yes, the Habs are very weak. You're right. Good call.
I mean, it's crazy to kind of do these comparisons because nobody really thinks to do them.
I do.
Right?
I do. I think that the
question is, would they have beat the 91-92 Pittsburgh Penguins?
Ooh, the Golden Knights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're telling me you're taking the Golden Knights over Mario Lemieux? And Jaromir Jagr?
Yeah. And Ron Francis.
Exactly.
And Paul Coffey. And I forget their goaltender, but he was an amazing goaltender. He was an American-born player. I forget his name.
I forget his name, too.
I'm surprised he even went that far back.
Right?
Yeah, because I know that you have trouble trying to...
Shut up.
We should do trivia after. We're doing trivia.
All right. I can't wait to fail on this massively.
Me neither.
All right. We'll do trivia when we come back here on the Penalty Box, ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting at the Illinois Media School's downtown Chicago campus. Call us at 312-884-8000 or visit 530 South State Street to learn how you can make your dreams of being on television and radio a reality. Don't take my word for it. Check out what some industry professionals said about the Illinois Media School.
Tom Waddle, ESPN 1000.
Don't waste another minute in a career you don't love. You can be the next great announcer, DJ, producer, or TV reporter. You'll learn key skills from industry pros while working with professional equipment on air and behind the scenes. Still need to keep the 9-to-5 job? Their flexible class schedules can work around any schedule. Short on cash? They have very affordable tuition and financial aid for those who qualify. You'll have access to amazing internships and job placement assistance when you graduate at top radio and TV stations like ESPN. Learn more at beonair.com/Chicago Sports. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
The Rising Feminist Wrestling Show is here covering WWE, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Money in the Bank, and NXT. It is all about the honesty when it comes to promos, wrestling, and of course, Roman Reigns. I mean, the wrestlers. Yeah, the wrestlers. The Rising Feminist Wrestling Show is more than just highlights. It is about the fresh opinion about everything in wrestling. So come join me, Stephanie, aka the Feminist Voice of Wrestling, every Thursday from 2 to 4 on Chicagoland Sports Radio. It is not just sports, it's a way of life.
John Lennon with the most action-packed 2 hours on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com, the Fight Week Report. On July 7th in Vegas, UFC 226, the future of the featherweight division will be decided when Max Holloway looks for his second title defense against undefeated Brian Ortega in the co-main event. Will Holloway continue his run as champion, or will Ortega take the division in a new direction? It's striker versus grappler in one of the most intriguing fights of the year. Listen live Tuesday at 12 p.m. only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
The Stanley Cup is finally here. Can the Vegas Golden Knights win a Stanley Cup in their inaugural season, or will Alex Ovechkin win his first ever Stanley Cup? Tune into the K-Tray Show every Monday night from 7 to 9, only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com, as myself and my new partner, Ra the Reflex, break down this historic matchup and also get you ready for the NBA Finals. That's the K-Tray Show every Monday night from 7 to 9, only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Hey, Chicagoland, it's crunch time. You know what that means. Make sure to tune in with me, Charles Prodigy Ritchie, Sid the Kid, and Corey Barber. Will the Vegas Golden Knights pull off the unthinkable, win the Stanley Cup in their first year? Also, NBA Finals, we get ready to count down a little closer. Who will it be? And also Cup Stocks. So make sure to tune in On Deck every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
It's showtime, folks!
Next time on the Penalty Box. The NHL season is coming to a close. But the Stanley Cup final is set.
No! God, please, no!
Will Vegas flip the script and win?
I like how Jazzy's now.
Or is Washington taking down Sin City?
Classic.
Take a seat in the Penalty Box with Hot Take Nikos and the Goon. Tuesdays from 2 to 4 on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
I am Raphael Young, and there are 2 kinds of finals that are here now. We have the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup Finals. Who will be champions? Anything can happen. But also, I will talk about the Cubs and the White Sox and how they're doing so far in their young season. Tune in every Monday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. It's not just sports, it's for life.
I got started at IMS here as an instructor a couple years back after I heard a couple of people I worked with were also instructors here. I'm always here if you need help with developing what you're passionate about. And that's what most people come here for. They have a passion. They want to do something. They want to do radio play-by-play. They want to do sports talk. They want to do updates, whatever it may be. My name is Freddie Hupner. I work at ESPN 1000 as a host and sports anchor, and I am IMS.
Hello and welcome back to the Penalty Box.
We're gonna play that song.
Oh my god. Alright, whatever. I'm just tired of our old music, and then I get new music and I decide to overplay it, alright?
I know.
Tell me some slack.
I noticed. Okay, trivia time, go.
Alright. You want me to go first?
Alright, we're doing NHL trivia here, where we ask each other questions and see if we figure it out, because that's what trivia is.
Alright.
Go first.
I will start. He's an American-born player.
Okay.
Was drafted first round 13th overall in the 2000 NHL entry draft by the Montreal Canadiens.
Ooh. 13th overall in 2013.
No, 2000.
2000. Oh. What position?
Defenseman.
Defenseman. Did he play his career in Montreal, or how many games did he play? How many seasons?
I don't know. Oh, he
what's his origin?
He didn't make his debut until 02-03.
Is he like a well-known player, or is he just like a?
I think he's pretty well known myself. He ended his career. He's like 36 years old. Plays for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Polak?
No.
Ron Hainsey.
Yeah, Ron Hainsey.
Like,
Yeah.
Polak. I'm like Ron Hainsey. I'm like, yeah. I mean, he got drafted by Montreal.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh, how many seasons did he play for Montreal?
Well, he went back and forth between the AHL and NHL. So the 2000 and 2001 season were spent with the Quebec Citadels. Then he went to the Hamilton Bulldogs. Then he was brought up by Montreal for like 21 games, goes down, plays 54, or starts the year off in Hamilton, plays 54 games, then comes up and plays 11 with Montreal. And then it was like 05-06 that he must have been traded to Columbus, and then that's when he really got to play in the NHL.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh, crap. Here we go.
So the Blackhawks number one goal scorer in their history is Bobby Hull, who has 604 career goals.
Hey, is he a Blackhawk?
No, I'm getting to this.
Okay, sorry.
I'm saying. So out of all the career goals, the franchise leading in goal scorer, Bobby Hull has 604. Who is second?
On the Blackhawks?
Yep, all time.
Oh, I don't know why my mind is taking me to Dennis Savard, but it's not.
It ain't Dennis.
It's not Dennis.
It ain't Dennis.
That's actually a really good. Stan Mikita?
Nope.
Still not. Okay.
Nope. He had 3 30-goal seasons with the Blackhawks.
Patrick Kane.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say Jeremy Roenick.
Ooh, that would have been a pretty good guess, but Jeremy Roenick didn't really score that much.
Yeah, he did with the Blackhawks.
Yeah, I know he played for like hundreds of teams. So
yeah, but he had like 2 50-goal seasons with the Blackhawks and then like 1 60-goal season with them.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he played a lot.
All right, my turn. Drafted. We got another American. No, not another American-born player. My fault. Drafted by Montreal, ironically, in 2007.
Okay.
He was a second-round pick, 13th overall. Or, I'm sorry, in the second round, he was Montreal's 13th pick. He was drafted 43rd overall.
Ryan McDonough. No, Subban. Damn it. Because I remember.
All right.
I remember Ryan McDonough was traded.
Dang it. All right.
Something around those lines. All right, so the only original 6 team who has fewer Stanley Cups than Chicago is what?
The New York Rangers.
Hey, there you go. You got one right off the bat.
Is what they won it in. They haven't won a Stanley Cup since '94, and I think what do they have, like 3?
They have 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
Close enough. How about that? I finally got one, and I didn't even have to try.
All right, what's next one you got for me?
All right. Drafted by the Nashville Predators. It was in the 4th round, 98th overall, in the 2009 entry draft. Has played for the Nashville Predators his entire career.
Since 2009?
Yeah.
Is it a defenseman?
No, he's a forward. He shoots right. He's from Madison, Wisconsin. I know
Really?
that doesn't help.
Yeah,
I know.
it doesn't help. Okay, he's a forward. He still plays on the team?
Yes. He's from.
Oh, I know who it is. It's that Smith guy, right?
Oh man, here I am thinking I'm like gonna stump you. And
I
no.
knew it was someone. I was trying to think who's been on that team for a while. I know that I thought it was Watson at first, but he was drafted later.
Right. Yeah.
So it was like it has to be Smith because I know he has that amazing contract.
I know, right? I'll think of another one for you here because I feel bad that all these are just really easy for you. Okay, here's one.
Okay.
Drafted 1st round, 1st overall by the St. Louis Blues in the 2006 entry draft.
Eric Johnson.
Oh, come on, man.
I know that one because he got traded for Kevin Shattenkirk. Okay, who is the winningest coach in Blackhawks history?
It's not Quenneville.
It's not.
It's not Quenneville. Al Arbor?
No. No.
I'm just kidding.
No.
Scotty Bowman.
No. Wrong. Wrong. You're close. Same era, kind of.
I thought it was Al Arbor.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
It's not Dennis Savard. He was only there for a couple of years. I give up.
Billy Ray.
Oh,
Billy Ray.
You know what? I feel like an idiot because I should have known that.
You should have.
It's all right.
Billy Ray. All right, give me that.
Billy Ray Cyrus?
Yeah. In fact, it was. It was. You're right. Right, give me a hard one. Give me a hard one.
Oh man, I feel like I'm
good at these draft ones. These draft ones, like I know so many of like players just because I played so much NHL growing up and I learned all their jerseys.
Do you want me to go way far back?
You can go. I think the only thing I think you can go to 70s. 70s past then there wasn't really an NHL draft.
I'll switch it to Canada. We'll do that.
All right, do it.
Because I think we should.
I think I'm gonna know. Like
I'm gonna have to like pick one that nobody like is aware of. Yeah, we'll pick this guy. Why not? Not a lot of people know about him, as I almost just said his name. Okay, so was this dude on draft?
Any day now. We're waiting.
Okay.
The public is
hush hush. All right, so basically he was born in 1981. He's from Pincourt, Quebec, Canada. Played a majority of his career for the Vancouver Canucks. He's a forward.
When did he play?
He's still in the league.
He played for the Canucks.
Played for the Canucks for like 12 years. Then he went to Ottawa.
Ottawa?
Yeah.
Oh, Alex Burrows.
Good job.
I was like, what? I was like, when was he drafted? Oh, give me one from a while. I thought you were going like way back. I thought you were going to like the 80s and 90s.
Well, I'm trying to.
I was like, what? Alex Burrows is not drafted in the 80s.
It was worth a shot. You
I was
never
like,
know.
he's still playing since the 80s. I'm like, good for him. Yager?
Right?
Like, Yager's the only guy who's still playing, I think. I was like, Dwayne Rolson?
Yeah, I mean, hey, come on now.
Rolls, do you know who Dwayne Rolson is?
The goalie?
Goalie. Rolly the goalie.
Rolly the goalie. I like
the goalie. That guy was awesome. He played until he was 45 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
His last NHL season was like 2 years ago.
That's crazy.
And same thing with Hasek, man. Hasek was gonna come back like a year ago.
That's wow.
If he would have came back, he would have been like
That's insane.
47 years old.
All right, I got another one for you. Birthplace is Moscow, Russia. Was born in 1970. Played a good amount. Well, we'll call it 7 years or so with the Chicago Blackhawks. 7 or 8 years with the Blackhawks. Has played for the Flyers, Bruins, Jets, and Blackhawks. Retired after the 05-06 season.
He's Russian?
Yes.
Man, was he like a famous Russian though?
I don't know. He's got a gold, a silver, and a bronze medal from the Olympics. Took bronze in the World Championships and also took silver in the U20 World Championships.
What years did he play? Or yeah, what teams did he play for?
Okay, so he played for the Jets starting in 92.
Heavy Bullet. No, he didn't.
And then then he played from 92 to 96. Then from 96 to 2004, played for the Chicago Blackhawks. Then got traded to the Flyers, and ended his career in Boston.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, that one I have no idea.
You don't know?
Is it like hold on? Is it like a well? How many goals and assists do you have? He was a defenseman?
No.
He was a forward?
He was a forward.
Right wing, left wing?
He shot left. Let me put it to you this way. In his first NHL season, he had 72 points in 68 games.
Yeah, I feel like I should know this.
We're way over time. So
yeah. What is it? Who is it?
All right, it's Alexei Zamnov.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to go to our update. And then when we come back, we'll talk about something here. All right. ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Chicagoland Sports Radio Sports Update.
At 3:30 p.m., I'm Hot Take Nikos with your Chicagoland Sports Radio.com update. Brought to you by the Illinois Media School. For more information on careers and broadcasting, go to beonair.com. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Washington Capitals took a 3-1 series lead over the Vegas Golden Knights. Will this be the end of the Vegas Golden Knights season, or will the house still have money? Find out. Find out tomorrow. In baseball, the Cubs are taking the Phillies on tonight after sweeping the last series versus the Mets. First pitch is tonight at 7:05. The White Sox took 2 out of 3 in their series versus the Brewers over the weekend and are currently on a 2-game winning streak going into their series in Minnesota versus the Twins starting today. In the NBA Finals, the Golden State Warriors took a 2-0 series lead versus LeBron and the Cavaliers. This series shifts to Cleveland as LeBron and crew try to dig themselves out of this 2-0 deficit. Game 3 will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. This update is also brought to you by Chicago Dogs Baseball. The next home game broadcast will be June 4th when they take on the Sioux Falls Canaries at 7:05 p.m. For tickets, visit thechicagodogs.com. I'm Hot Take Nikos, and you're listening to Chicagoland Sports Radio. It's not just sports, it's a way of life. Together on 3. It's not just
smooth. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself with that. It's just the Patrick Kane jersey I'm wearing, whatever. Another great sports update there. I totally was not bored to death. No,
yeah, I know you were. You were like, oh, wow, what an amazing one.
It was great. It was fantastic. All right, so I don't even know where to go from here, to be honest with you, but that's all right.
All right, who's your top 10 favorite NHL players right now?
Right now in the league.
Right now in the league, top 10 NHL players right
Okay, number 1, Tom Wilson. I'm just kidding.
now. All right, so go from 10 to 10
All right.
to 10 to 1.
All right, number 10, Joe Thornton.
Okay.
Number 9 is Patrick Marleau.
Really?
Yeah, I like Marleau.
You like those two guys?
Yeah, number 7 would be Joe Pavelski.
Shut up.
No, I'm not kidding.
Are you not kidding?
No, I like them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's random.
It's kind of random.
It's
I
really
realize
random.
that. What am I on, 7?
Yeah.
Dylan Larkin.
Okay. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I'm being serious. Number 6 is Jonathan Toews. 5 is Artemi Panarin. Sorry. I had some other name in my head.
Go ahead.
4, Corey Crawford. Trying to think here of NHL players.
Brandon Saad.
No, I like Brandon Saad.
The
but
Saad man.
The Saad father.
The Saad father.
I'd probably go with Zdeno Chara for number 2.
Are you serious?
No, I'm not serious about that. Probably Obi and Holtby.
Is your number 1 favorite player?
No, I messed this list up a while ago.
Okay, I was like, what? You don't even have Patrick Kane.
Patrick Kane is my favorite player.
Okay, I was gonna say like your top 10 favorite players.
Yeah.
Right now, those would be it.
Yeah, not necessarily in that order.
Oh, okay.
So who are your 10 favorite players?
Okay, number 10 would be Drew Doughty. Love myself some Drew Doughty. Number 9, probably Ryan Ellis of the Nashville Predators.
Good pick.
I love watching him play. He's just such a fantastic defenseman. Number 8, I like Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane probably
real
smooth guy. I think I just did one of these lists the other day. Yeah, no, actually, I take that back. Not Patrick Kane, not yet. Ovechkin would be my number 7 pick.
I don't know. I wasn't
I think
listening.
I'm at 7. Okay. Number 6, what would I have? Right now, players. Kucherov, for sure. Nikita, Mr. Little Nikita. Number 5. Who's that guy on McKinnon, Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
He's so fun to watch. Number 4, McDavid. Number 3, Austin Matthews. Number 2, Mitch Marner. And then Patrick Kane.
All right, fair enough. I like that list. That's all the time we're gonna have for this segment, unfortunately. But when we come back, we're gonna be talking about sports movies.
Are we?
I want to hear.
Yeah.
I want to hear your list for your favorite sports movies. We'll talk about that and much more here coming up on the Penalty Box, ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting at the Illinois Media School's downtown Chicago campus. Call us at 312-884-8000 or visit 530 South State Street to learn how you can make your dreams of being on television and radio a reality. Don't take my word for it. Check out what some industry professionals said about the Illinois Media School.
Jonathan Hood, ESPN 1000.
People often ask me, Hoodie, how can I be a sports radio guy like you? I tell them it takes drive and determination, and you need to learn how it all works. You can learn to be a sports talk show host, a producer, do play-by-play, and shoot and edit video. You'll have a chance to get internships at stations where you can tap into the knowledge of industry pros. With job placement assistance, you can start your new career in 1 year. It's a great school to get the hands-on training you need for a broadcasting career, doing what you love. They have affordable tuition and financial aid for those who qualify. So don't waste another minute. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
Next time on the Penalty Box. The NHL season is coming to a close. But the Stanley Cup final is set.
No! God, please, no!
Will Vegas flip the script and win?
I like how Travis is now.
Or is Washington taking down Sin City?
Classic.
Take a seat in the Penalty Box with Hot Take Nikos and the Goon. Tuesdays from 2 to 4 on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
I am Raphael Young, and there are two kinds of fighters that are here now. The NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup Finals. Who will be champions? Anything can happen. But also, I will talk about the Cubs and the White Sox and how they're doing so far in their young season. Tune in every Monday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. It's not just sports, it's real life.
Hey, Chicagoland, it's crunch time. You know what that means. Make sure to tune in with me, Charles Pride Richie, Sid the Kid, and Corey Barber. Will the Vegas Golden Knights pull off the unthinkable, win the Stanley Cup in their first year? Also, NBA Finals, we get ready to count down a little closer. Who will it be? And also Cup Stocks. So make sure to tune in On Deck every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
It's showtime, folks! Nothing moves the blob. You always hear, okay, the best coach since Coppin. You don't hear Steve Kerr in that conversation. Obviously, don't hear Mike D'Antoni in that conversation. We hear Tyronn Lue in that conversation. Somehow, some way, it just sounds what makes a pillow fight.
Dave Meltzer would grade that match. He'd be like 4.5 stars. I don't know how, but it blew away.
The Bob Block Show, Cedric Farrell and Elijah Richardson, Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Here on Down in Front, we love to talk the NBA, but we also like to talk some other topics as well.
Let me say, that show made me want to, I don't even think I had a computer at the time, but I wanted to go on AmandaBynes.com so bad. Every time I seen that on the show.
Amanda, please.
Amanda, please, yes.
Down in Front every Wednesday from 2 to 4 p.m.
Bring in a dancing lobster.
I've been in the radio and broadcasting business a long time, more than 3 decades, and I thought, if I spread my knowledge and shared what I know about the business with a lot of young minds, maybe I could get some of those people involved. And my dad talked to schools, and I thought I could do that too, and I could do it all in one place at Illinois Media School. I've been having a great time. I tell everybody I'm learning as much from the students as they learn from me. I am Eddie Volkman, and I am IMS.
And Nico, come down and sit next to me, and we could talk about sports movies.
What does that mean?
No, that's what the name of this song is called. It's Foster the People.
I've never heard the song.
It's actually not that bad, and I like it.
It sounds horrible.
It's catchy. It's gotta shut up. All right. I like that crappy music you listen to.
Like, what do I listen to?
Taylor Swift.
Nothing's wrong with Taylor Swift. Okay.
Are you openly defending Taylor Swift on our airwaves?
I am.
Wow.
I like Taylor Swift. I seem to be the only person who likes Taylor Swift.
Dude, come on.
What's wrong with Taylor? Nothing.
Music is just so boring and bland.
Do you listen to Taylor Swift? How would you know? Have you listened to her full album?
Streets. I couldn't help myself there. I don't hate Taylor Swift. I just don't prefer.
You are a hater.
I don't prefer her music. It's just not my cup of tea.
What does it make them bad though?
It's just so. Ugh.
What do you listen to? What's your stuff?
I listen to rock music.
Like what?
Like I like Audio Slave, and if you've ever listened to it,
I know who
I
Audio
like.
Slave is.
I like Metallica.
So are you a fan of Soundgarden?
I love Soundgarden.
Well, that's good. But Taylor Swift.
Breaking Benjamin is better than any band you listen to.
What's not?
Yeah, have you ever listened to Breaking Benjamin?
I have, and they have one good song.
Which is
Diary of Jane.
Okay, that was old stuff. Their new album is actually
Yeah, they haven't put out
Ember?
a good song.
No. They have a good album called Ember, and it's really good, and I think you should listen to it. But before we get too off track here, because you're just mean.
We're talking about sports movies.
Yeah,
I mean, you're a hater.
I'm not a hater. You're just mean.
Okay, go. What's your sports?
Okay, so for my favorite sports movies, and I've had to think about this, and maybe what do you call it? Pick some different stuff, so to speak. Start off with golf. Obviously, my favorite movie is Happy Gilmore. I quote it all the time. I think it's hilarious.
You blew it. Is that the same movie?
No, that's Billy Madison.
Oh, same thing.
All right.
I think that they're all in the same universe.
I guess so.
I think they are. I think Billy Madison's the same person as Happy Gilmore.
I mean, it's basically the same premise, you could say. For baseball, I'm on the fence because I really like Major League. I really like A League of Their Own. I really like 61, which is the movie about the Roger Maris. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Okay.
I've only watched one baseball.
Was it Major League?
Yeah. And the rookie.
Just for argument's sake, we'll go.
Is that the movie with the hand? The rookie?
No, that's Rookie of the Year.
Whatever. I watched that one.
The guy breaks his arm and then he plays for the Cubs.
No. The little kid.
Oh, yeah.
This is the rookie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That's one.
Okay.
And then his hand turns normal, and then they're like, the arm doesn't make you. It's the person that you are that makes the person. And we're all like, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Right?
No, the rookie is Dennis Quaid.
What?
No, the rookie is the science teacher.
We're talking about two different movies.
Okay, you're talking about Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Because he trips and falls on a baseball, breaks his arm, and then goes to the doctor. His arm is too tight. His arm muscles are too tight. He plays for the Cubs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
God bless America. I'm like, wait a minute. What is this dude talking about?
So long, okay.
That's okay. I think for basketball, I think you gotta go with Space Jam.
Space Jam.
I mean,
Coach Carter.
Or Coach Carter. I said Coach Carter originally just because I like Samuel L. Jackson.
I've seen Coach Carter like 40 times. See, story about that is that I watched that movie. So my I used to live in this house, and there used to be like every house I think has like this random collection of DVDs in the basement that no one watches.
Yep.
And like I was just really bored one night, and I like just chose that one. Said like came on Samuel L. Jackson on the thing. No, it's Denzel Washington. Hey, Denzel Washington. You said Samuel L. Jackson. Denzel Washington.
Coach Carter is Samuel L. Jackson.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Look it up right now.
Looking it up right
No, you're thinking of Remember the Titans, the football movie. I guarantee it. I can't wait, and I'm gonna let the awkward silence just reign.
You're right.
Oh my goodness, that's a shocker. I'm right. Where are the balloons and the confettis?
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I always thought that was the other guy. Oh.
You think Denzel Washington looks like Samuel L. Jackson. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not going there.
Shut up.
I'm not going there. I will after the
Okay.
show.
No.
But
All right, so yeah, no, I like Coach Carter's my
so we got football, we got basketball. Favorite hockey movie. Now this is
But we didn't do football.
football movie. I'd probably go with Remember the Titans or Gridiron Gang.
I like Gridiron Gang. I like that.
I like Dwayne the Rock
or,
Johnson.
Or Longest Yard.
The Replacements 2 is a good movie. Keanu Reeves. It's like the most
Yeah.
awkward Keanu Reeves
I know it's
movie.
such a weird one. It's like why did he say yes to this movie?
Right?
Like okay, guy,
It's
go
like
ahead. I heard
Keanu
you.
Reeves in the lake house. It just
Yeah.
makes no sense.
Okay, yeah. So those ones, but hockey.
All right. Hockey, I got to go with Goon, Miracle, or Mystery Alaska.
Man, I feel like no one has watched Mystery Alaska. Mystery Alaska is such a bad movie. I'm sorry.
But the premise around it, it's
Such
the
a stupid
inspiration.
movie. It's such a stupid movie.
It
Here's
might be
this
a
Alaska
stupid
team. They're gonna go against the Rangers. Oh, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna win? Yeah.
You know, if that movie was made in today's standards, you know what team they would have picked to play
Oh,
the
the-
Mystery Alaska team?
Don't say
The Blackhawks.
it. How did I know? Oh, they're gonna play the Blackhawks.
No,
they're
because
gonna win.
the Blackhawks get all these outdoor games.
Oh.
What's one more? I mean, come on.
Oh, that's such a bad. Okay, my favorite. I have a couple favorite hockey movies. Miracle is my favorite hockey movie all time. And then probably Slapshot.
They brought their toys.
Yeah, Slapshot's my favorite one.
That's the clean edited version. If you would like to see the full unedited version, please go to youtube.com and type in Slapshot toys.
Okay. And Goon. Yeah, I've seen Goon. I've seen Goon a lot.
Goon gives crappy hockey players like me and you a chance to live out our dreams.
I'm a god on the ice.
I doubt that.
I am a god. They call me Slick.
Dude, I would run you over
No,
like a freight
I
train.
would go around you. You'd be like,
Choo-choo.
oh.
No, you probably would.
You'd be
I
like,
can't skate.
"Oh."
I can't skate. So
I can skate
and then I
like
just
a blowing wind.
I just stick my leg
A
out
light
and try and
breeze.
knee you.
It'd be a light breeze. They call me light breeze.
Well, at least you're not a goalie, because then I would have to make you look super bad.
Oh man, you have no hands.
Are you sure about that?
You have no hands.
How do you know?
Cause I see you try like making fists, and I just see the slowness in your hands.
You should ask my neighbor about my slap shot. I was outside. I was outside. I was outside shooting on my net, and I was just taking and like coming back,
he
just
came
teeing up
out-
slap shots.
He came out and just jacked. He's like, "Oh, let me see that shot." And you're like, "Yeah."
Yeah. They just got a pool, so then I can,
Oh,
play
so
some
you go-
hockey
oh,
outside
nice.
and then go.
Oh, you got a pool.
I basically
Go over
told
there
my
and
neighbor.
swim?
I told my neighbor, I go, you guys got a pool, so now I am legally obligated to be able to go ahead and
Legally-
go in your pool.
Legally obligated.
To go in your
Hey,
pool.
by legal standards of South Detroitia, I am allowed to sit inside your pool.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do because of the rules of South Detroitia.
Yeah, my neighbor was like, well, she's like, if you want to clean it too, I'm like, oh, no, I just get to
By
enjoy it.
also the rules of South Detroitia, I may not clean your pool. I peed in it. Goodbye. May everyone have fun. in
Yeah,
this
right?
pool.
No kidding.
In this pee pool. All right, what's the other?
Wrestling?
Karate.
I'm in
I
Vision,
haven't-
Vision Quest is mine.
I haven't seen a wrestling movie. I know I seen the sumo wrestling one. I forget which one that was.
I don't know.
I forgot. I don't remember what.
I forgot it too. Favorite mixed martial arts movie?
Karate Kid.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Heck no.
What's the other one?
Never Back Down.
Who's that?
What?
Isn't that a dancing movie?
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, that's Step Up. Never Back Down is a movie.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Oh,
about. That's the
jeez.
one with the white kid, right?
Oh yeah, let's just assume what he is. No, I'm just
It is,
kidding.
right? It
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
The white kid, and then he drives like a cool car, but he gets his butt whooped. Right?
No. No, he's the kid, and it starts out, and he gets into a fight. He plays football.
Oh yeah, I watched half of this movie, and I got really bored of it halfway
Oh,
through.
well, that's all right.
That's the one I remember.
Everybody watches it for Amber Heard.
Doesn't he
let's be
beat
honest.
somebody in the bath? Doesn't he get beat up in the bath?
He does.
dumb movie.
I know.
He's like, let me show you my skills, and then gets beat up in a bathroom. And the guy's like, you'll never be as good as me. Lick this bathroom floor.
Oh, geez,
Lick
yeah.
it. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my
right.
God.
It's kind of like one of those weird things.
That was a lame movie. That was one of the Karate Kid. Well, is
Karate Kid's a good movie.
timeless.
I like Jaden Smith. Dude, I'm totally kidding right now. I like the original Karate Kid. Danielson.
With Ralph.
I think that's his
With
name.
Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita.
Hey. Just kidding.
We're full of bad
Yeah.
references.
I
today.
know.
All right, so
I think we covered all the sports there. Do you have a favorite broadcaster that you like to listen broadcast hockey?
Joe Bowen.
Joe Bowen?
Joe Bowen. Bring back Joe Bowen.
Who
Hashtag
is-
free Bowen.
Who is Joe Bowen?
Hashtag free Bowen. He used to be the play-by-play for the Leafs for the longest time.
Okay.
And then they like sentenced him to radio. And they brought in these two buffoons. They're not bad, but it's just like, oh my God. It's like,
Willie Nylander ends a drought.
oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I hate the new announcers. Like Joe Bowen, like he is the best announcer ever. He's like on par with Pat Quinn, with Pat Foley. Like he's
I love Pat
like
Foley.
he's on par. It's like say it Pat Foley, just they sent it to the radio. Like why?
And then do the radio guys become the TV guys?
No, it was just something. It was just something.
I was gonna say because the radio and TV
Blackhawks are
broadcaster,
good.
they're awesome.
Yeah, they are
They make the game so exciting. They're not just randomly screaming out like Doc Emmerich.
Yeah.
Ah! At the post like the shot. No, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't be making fun of broadcasters. All right, another question for you. If you had to choose between Doc Emmerich, Kenny Albert, or anybody else that does the national games, like NBCSN, who would you choose?
Joe Micheletti.
I like Joe Micheletti.
Joe Micheletti for sure. I mean, he can't pronounce Marchessault, right?
Yeah, right.
But he sure can.
Gives the puck over to Marcia Salt.
Over to Marchessault.
He scores.
Yeah, no, that guy's not. That guy's a negative. Negative Nancy. Definitely when what's going on, man?
Oh, some guys.
That guy works here.
I know. Nah, I know who
works
he
here.
is. I was just like this. I just see some guy just like, hey. I'm like, who are
Nah,
you?
honestly though, like Joe Bowen though for the Leafs, he was just he does the radio for them now.
Yeah.
But he's just one of those guys where it's just like he'll be playing, or he'll be like saying like Matthew comes down and throws it over to Marlon, and he'd be like, holy mackerel, just say something crazy, and you're all like, whoa, you're like, yeah.
That's awesome.
Like I listen to the Leafs games with the TV volume down, and I listen to Joe Bowen. Like
why not? I mean, hey, it works, right? Nobody's worse than Kenny Albert. Can we agree on that?
Dude, bring back Gary Thorne.
Dude, I love Gary Thorne.
Gary Thorne, Bill Clement.
Oh,
Bring him
thank
back.
you.
Bring
that's a
him
breath-
back, man.
That's a breath of fresh air. Unfortunately, though, for us,
No.
we're out of time. We're out of time today. But you can check out the playbook.
You can.
A show coming up after us, featuring three guys who talk basketball, along with this guy over
Yeah,
here.
I'm known there as Six God Nikos. I'm rebranding, by the way. I'm gonna be called Six God Nikos from here on out.
Hey, fair enough.
Yeah, come listen.
But you
to
can,
us.
yeah, you listen to them. You'll find out a lot about basketball and Cavs Warriors in the NBA Finals.
Again.
If you're into that type of thing.
if you're in the repetitiveness.
But
Here we
before
go.
we jump off the air, you can follow me at JDHicks88. You can follow our show Twitter at PenaltyBoxCSR. You can like our YouTube page.
Oh yeah, go on YouTube. We're gonna be posting some stuff. We're actually gonna be posting. We're not just saying it this time.
No.
We might actually start by posting some stuff. So if we start doing that in hockey, go follow us there. You can follow me on Twitter at SixGodNikos. Hope you guys have a fantastic week. Next week there will be a Stanley Cup champion, but will we be here or not? Find out next
No,
week.
there won't be. If
They
it goes to 7, the game's not until Wednesday.
All right, well then they
Ding dong! I'm just kidding. All right.
You think they're
They are going to lose.
Who's gonna win the next game? Who's gonna win the next game?
Vegas.
All right.
2-1 in overtime.
All right, Washington, you got the cup. Obi got a cup. See ya.
All right,
In
have
2
a good
seconds.
one. Playbox or playbox. Playbook. The playbook coming up next here on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
How's it going? My name is Edgar Ibarra, and I'm very grateful for all the knowledge I received at the